Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there? Or struggled to remember the name of someone you've known for years? Most people blame it on age, or stress, or not getting enough sleep. But what if the real answer wasn't in a pill bottle, but in your kitchen? Today, I'm going to show you 5 scientifically proven foods that can rebuild your brain, restore your memory, and sharpen your focus in as little as 3 weeks. These aren't expensive supplements. They're not exotic imports. They are ordinary foods, backed by extraordinary science. Stay with me until the very end, because I'll be giving you a complete 21-day meal plan, absolutely free. Right now, over 55 million people worldwide are living with dementia. That number is expected to triple by 2050. But here's what the statistics don't tell you. Cognitive decline doesn't start at 70. It starts silently in your 30s and 40s. By the time most people notice memory problems, the brain has already been under attack for decades. Your brain is made up of approximately 86 billion neurons, tiny cells that communicate through electrical signals. Every memory you have, every skill you've learned, every name and face you recognize, all of it lives in these connections. But here's the problem. Every single day your brain faces 3 silent enemies. Enemy number 1, inflammation. When you eat ultra-processed foods, your body releases inflammatory compounds that attack brain cells, literally shrinking your hippocampus, the brain's memory center. Enemy number 2, oxidative stress. Free radicals, unstable molecules produced by stress, pollution, and poor food, punch holes in your brain cell membranes. Enemy number 3, poor circulation. Your brain needs 20% of your body's total blood supply to function. When blood flow drops, brain cells literally starve. But here is the most exciting discovery in neuroscience in the last 20 years. Your brain is neuroplastic. That means it can physically rebuild, rewire, and regenerate at any age. And the number 1 driver of that regeneration is what you eat. A landmark study from Harvard Medical School followed over 27,000 people for 20 years and found that people who consistently ate a brain-healthy diet had brains that appeared 7 to 10 years younger on MRI scans. 7 to 10 years younger. Think about what that means for your life. Food number 1. The humble blueberry. Small, cheap, and hiding one of the most powerful brain-protecting compounds ever discovered. Blueberries contain a class of antioxidants called anthocyanins. These are the pigments that give blueberries their deep, blue-purple color. And here's what makes them extraordinary. Anthocyanins are one of the very few dietary compounds that can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. That means they go directly to your brain tissue and work from the inside. Once inside, anthocyanins do 3 remarkable things. First, they increase blood flow to the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. More blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients delivered to your memory cells. Second, they neutralize the free radicals that cause oxidative stress, protecting existing brain cells from further damage. Third, and most excitingly, they stimulate the production of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Scientists call BDNF the brain's fertilizer. It literally causes new neurons to grow. The most powerful evidence comes from the Harvard Nurses' Health Study, one of the largest and longest-running studies in medical history, tracking over 121,000 women for more than 20 years. Researchers found that women who ate at least 2 servings of blueberries per week showed cognitive aging that was delayed by 2.5 years, compared to women who rarely ate them, 2.5 years. That is an enormous difference. And these benefits were seen regardless of the woman's age, education level, or overall health status. Now let's get practical. How much do you need? When should you eat them? And does it matter fresh versus frozen? The research-backed daily dose is just half a cup. That's roughly 80 blueberries, or about a large handful. That's it. Half a cup per day. And here's great news if you're budget conscious. Frozen blueberries work just as well as fresh. In fact, some studies show frozen blueberries actually have higher antioxidant content because they're frozen immediately after picking at peak ripeness. Eat them in the morning for maximum benefit. Your brain is rebuilding itself overnight, during sleep. Feeding it anthocyanins first thing in the morning provides the raw materials it needs for that rebuilding process. Here are 5 easy ways to hit your daily blueberry dose without it feeling like a chore. 1. A brain smoothie. Blend half a cup of frozen blueberries with a banana, a handful of spinach, and almond milk. You can't taste the spinach, but your brain gets an incredible nutritional package. 2. Overnight oats. Prepare your oats the night before and top with blueberries in the morning. Take it to work. 0 effort. Maximum brain benefit. 3. Just eat them plain. A small bowl of blueberries as an afternoon snack is one of the best things you can do for your brain during the workday. 4. Yogurt parfait. Layer blueberries with Greek yogurt and a drizzle of honey. This combination also adds probiotics, which are increasingly linked to brain health through the gut-brain axis. 5. Blueberry chia pudding. Mix chia seeds with coconut milk overnight, then top with blueberries. You're getting omega-3s from the chia and anthocyanins from the berries, A double brain win. Here is a fact that surprises almost everyone. Your brain is approximately 60% fat, not muscle, not water. Fat. And the most critical fat for brain function is DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, an omega-3 fatty acid. DHA makes up about 40% of the fatty acids in your brain, and 60% of those in your retinas. When your brain is deficient in DHA, the consequences are serious. Brain cell membranes become rigid instead of flexible, slowing down communication between neurons. Studies show DHA deficiency is linked to memory loss, depression, ADHD, and accelerated cognitive aging. In short, without enough DHA, your brain physically cannot work at full capacity. But omega-3s don't just maintain brain cells. They actively grow new ones. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish are one of the most powerful natural stimulants of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, that we know of. Think of BDNF like Miracle-Gro for your brain. When BDNF levels are high, your brain grows new neurons, forms new memories more easily, learns faster, and recovers from stress better. Not all fish are equal for brain health. The key is the DHA content. Here are the top 5. Number 1. Wild-caught salmon. The gold standard. A single 3-ounce serving provides over 1,500 milligrams of DHA. Number 2. Sardines. Often overlooked, sardines are one of the most nutrient-dense foods on Earth, and among the most affordable. Number 3. Mackerel. Rich, oily, and packed with omega-3s. Number 4. Herring. Popular in Northern Europe and West Africa. Incredibly high in DHA. And number 5. Rainbow trout. A freshwater option that's widely available and budget-friendly. Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week, at minimum. Ideally, include small portions daily. Even a small can of sardines provides significant brain benefits. Here's something fascinating for vegetarians and vegans. Fish don't actually produce DHA themselves. They get it by eating algae. The algae is the original source, so you can get DHA directly from algae oil supplements, the same source the fish use, without eating fish at all. Look for algae-based DHA supplements at your health food store. Look at a walnut. Really look at it. The shell looks like a skull. The nut itself, split in half, looks exactly like the 2 hemispheres of a human brain, with ridges and folds that mirror neural tissue. Ancient herbalists called this the doctrine of signatures, the idea that nature gives visual clues about a food's benefits. Modern science has now confirmed what ancient wisdom suspected. Researchers at UCLA conducted one of the most comprehensive walnut studies ever performed. They analyzed data from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, a massive government database of over 13,000 Americans. The results were clear and consistent. Walnut consumers scored significantly better on all 6 cognitive tests, including memory, processing speed, mental flexibility, and concentration, regardless of age, gender, ethnicity, or education level. The average walnut consumption of the high performers? Just 13 grams, less than half an ounce. About 7 whole walnuts per day. Walnuts are unique because they contain not 1 but 3 brain-protective nutrients, working together simultaneously. First, ALA, alpha-linolenic acid. This is a plant-based omega-3 that your body can partially convert to DHA. It also directly reduces neuroinflammation on its own. Second, polyphenols. Walnuts are among the richest sources of polyphenols of any nut. These compounds cross the blood-brain barrier, reduce neuroinflammation, and have been shown to improve signaling between neurons. Third, vitamin E. This fat-soluble vitamin directly protects brain cell membranes from oxidative damage. Low vitamin E levels are consistently associated with accelerated cognitive decline. Here's a bonus benefit of walnuts that almost no one talks about. Walnuts are one of the very few food sources of melatonin, the sleep hormone. Sleep is when your brain consolidates memories, moving information from short-term to long-term storage. Sleep is also when your brain's glymphatic system activates, essentially a biological cleaning service that flushes out toxic waste products, including the amyloid plaques linked to Alzheimer's disease. Better sleep from walnuts means better memory consolidation. It's a cascading benefit. I know what you're thinking. Broccoli? Really? But hear me out, because broccoli may be the most underrated brain food on this entire list. Broccoli is exceptionally high in vitamin K, a fat-soluble vitamin that plays a critical role in synthesizing sphingolipids, a type of fat that makes up a significant portion of brain cell membranes. Multiple studies have directly linked higher vitamin K intake to better verbal memory, specifically the ability to remember words, names, and verbal information. One large study found that the highest vitamin K consumers had verbal memory scores 25% higher than the lowest consumers. But the most exciting compound in broccoli isn't a vitamin. It's a phytochemical called sulforaphane, and it may be one of the most powerful neuroprotective compounds ever identified. Sulforaphane activates a biological pathway called NRF2, sometimes called the body's master antioxidant switch. When NRF2 is activated, your body produces a flood of its own protective enzymes that combat inflammation, oxidative stress, and even DNA damage in brain cells. Research from Johns Hopkins University has shown sulforaphane can reduce brain inflammation, protect against Parkinson's disease-like degeneration, and even help brain cells survive the toxic environment created by traumatic brain injury. Broccoli is also an excellent source of choline, a nutrient that most people have never heard of, but that is absolutely essential for memory. Your body uses choline to manufacture acetylcholine, the primary neurotransmitter involved in memory formation, learning, and attention. In fact, the drugs used to treat Alzheimer's disease work by preventing the breakdown of acetylcholine, because Alzheimer's patients don't have enough of it. Eating choline-rich foods like broccoli ensures your brain has the raw materials to produce this critical memory chemical naturally. Here's something crucial. How you cook broccoli determines up to 80% of its brain benefit, and most people are making a serious mistake. Do not boil broccoli. Boiling leaches water-soluble nutrients directly into the water, which you then throw away. You can lose up to 90% of the sulforaphane. You're literally cooking away the benefit. The best method is light steaming, no more than 3 to 4 minutes. You want the broccoli to remain bright green and slightly crisp. This preserves up to 70% of the sulforaphane content. Even better, eat some broccoli raw. The myrosinase enzyme in raw broccoli converts the sulforaphane precursor into active sulforaphane much more efficiently. Dip it in hummus, guacamole, or olive oil. The fat helps absorb the vitamin K. For 4,000 years, Ayurvedic medicine, the ancient healing system of India, has used turmeric to enhance memory, improve mood, and protect the aging mind. In India, where turmeric is consumed daily in cooking, the rate of Alzheimer's disease is among the lowest in the world, 4 times lower than in the United States. Researchers have been studying whether turmeric is partly responsible. The active compound in turmeric is curcumin, and curcumin is nothing short of extraordinary. It's been studied in over 12,500 published scientific papers, making it one of the most researched natural compounds in history. Like the anthocyanins in blueberries, curcumin can cross the blood-brain barrier, giving it direct access to brain tissue, where it can work its extraordinary effects. In 2018, researchers at UCLA published the results of an 18-month randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial, the gold standard of medical research, looking at curcumin's effects on memory in older adults. The results were remarkable. The group taking curcumin showed a 28% improvement in memory and attention over 18 months. The placebo group showed no change. Even more exciting, the brain scans of the curcumin group showed a significant reduction in amyloid plaques and tau tangles, the toxic protein buildups that are the defining features of Alzheimer's disease. But the most stunning finding about curcumin is its effect on neurogenesis, the birth of new brain cells. For decades, scientists believed you were born with all the brain cells you'd ever have, that they couldn't regenerate. We now know that's completely wrong. The hippocampus, your memory center, can produce new neurons throughout your entire lifetime through a process called adult neurogenesis. And curcumin is one of the most potent known stimulators of this process, working by increasing BDNF levels. Now, this is perhaps the most important thing I'll tell you in this entire video. Are you ready? Curcumin alone is very poorly absorbed by the body. If you eat turmeric without anything else, only about 5% of the curcumin reaches your bloodstream. 5%. That means 95% of the benefit is being wasted. But add black pepper, even just a tiny pinch, and everything changes. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine that inhibits the enzymes that metabolize curcumin. The result: bioavailability increases by 2,000%. And because curcumin is fat-soluble, adding a fat source like olive oil or coconut oil doubles absorption again. So your golden milk, your curry, your turmeric tea, always add black pepper and a fat source. Always. Now here's where it gets truly exciting. Each of these 5 foods is powerful on its own. But when you eat all 5 consistently, something extraordinary happens. A synergistic effect where the benefits multiply, not just add up. Blueberries increase blood flow to the brain. Fatty fish provide the structural fats for brain cell membranes. Walnuts reduce neuroinflammation and boost sleep. Broccoli produces acetylcholine and activates the NRF2 pathway. Turmeric clears amyloid plaques and stimulates neurogenesis. Together, they address inflammation, oxidative stress, poor circulation, neurotransmitter deficiency, and toxic protein accumulation simultaneously. All 5 major mechanisms of brain aging, addressed in a single daily dietary pattern. Knowing what to eat is only half the battle. Understanding what to stop eating is equally important. Number 1. Refined sugar. Excess sugar consumption leads to a condition called brain insulin resistance, where brain cells can no longer effectively use glucose for energy. The neurons literally starve, even when blood sugar is high. Number 2. Ultra-processed foods. A landmark 2022 study published in JAMA Neurology found that people who derived more than 20% of their calories from ultra-processed foods had a 23% faster rate of cognitive decline. Number 3. Excessive alcohol. Chronic heavy drinking directly shrinks the hippocampus, literally reducing the physical size of your memory center. Number 4. Physical inactivity. Exercise is one of the most powerful BDNF boosters known to science. A sedentary lifestyle can reduce BDNF levels by up to 30%, undoing much of the benefit from brain-healthy foods. Now let's put it all together into a practical, actionable 21-day plan that ensures you're getting all 5 brain foods every single day. Week 1. Your only goal this week is to add 2 things to your daily routine. Blueberries in the morning. 7 walnuts in the afternoon or evening. Don't change anything else. Just ADD. This week is about building habits without overwhelm. Week 2. Now we add the fatty fish at least 3 times this week and broccoli daily. By now your blueberry and walnut habit should feel natural. Week 3. We add turmeric with every day. Golden milk in the morning. Turmeric in your cooking. And remember, always with black pepper and a fat source. By the end of week 3, you are running the complete brain optimization protocol. All 5 foods, every day. Here's what to realistically expect as you go through your 21 days. Day 1 through 7. You probably won't notice dramatic changes yet, but significant changes are already happening at the cellular level. Inflammation markers are beginning to drop. BDNF levels are starting to rise. Many people report better sleep quality within the first week, especially with walnuts and their natural melatonin. Days 8 through 14. This is when most people first notice something is different. The brain fog begins to lift. Focus improves. Many people report a significant improvement in mood, which makes sense, because curcumin boosts serotonin and dopamine, and omega-3s reduce neuroinflammation, which is closely linked to depression. Days 15 through 21. This is when the memory improvements typically become noticeable. People report remembering names more easily, thinking faster, feeling more present in conversations, and having greater mental clarity throughout the day. And importantly, these benefits compound over time. The 21-day protocol is just the beginning. Studies show cognitive benefits continue improving for months and years, with consistent intake. Your brain is the most extraordinary organ in the known universe. It runs your body, stores your memories, creates your relationships, and gives you everything that makes you you. And yet most of us feed our cars better than we feed our brains. We make sure the tank is full. We change the oil on schedule. We protect our vehicles with insurance. But we forget to give our most important organ the nutrients it desperately needs to function. 5 foods. 21 days. That's all it takes to begin a transformation that science has validated across thousands of studies and millions of participants. Blueberries to flood your brain with protective anthocyanins. Fatty fish to rebuild the structural fats your brain is literally made of. Walnuts to fight inflammation and protect your sleep. Broccoli to manufacture your memory neurotransmitters and activate your body's master antioxidant system. And turmeric to clear the toxic debris that clouds your thinking and threatens your future. This is not a fad. This is not a trend. This is the accumulated wisdom of modern neuroscience, telling you what your brain needs to thrive. Start today. You don't have to do all 5 at once. Add 1 food this week, then another. Progress, not perfection. Your future self, with sharper memory, clearer thinking, and a brain that serves you beautifully for decades to come, will thank you. If this video helped you, please subscribe, like, comment, and share it with someone you care about. A parent, a friend, a colleague who complains about brain fog. Give their brain a gift today. I'll see you in the next one.